Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to talk about menopause and why it is so dang tough when your hormones shift and change and you are in perimenopause or menopause and you just can't seem to get these results. So, I want to put a link below if you have questions on this. If you are wondering like, oh my gosh, this is me, why can I figure this out? Schedule a call with me. I'm more than happy to chat with you about these specific areas that you are stuck and you are not feeling like you are seeing and getting these results. So you're not alone. You're not the only one. Yes. Oh, it says I have low network connection. What does that mean? Oh, it'll come back on. I know it. So when we go through this information and talk about menopause, I do have a whole segment in my book, The Female Fat Solution, where I talk about menopause, specific things that you can do with your nutrition. But also keep in mind that there's a ton of things you can do with your overall nutrition just to shift things in a positive direction. I have a 12-week program where I work with women really closely, one-on-one, to make sure you're implementing the right changes to see and feel the results that you feel like you should be getting for your body. Yes. So overall, when we look at menopause, why do you keep gaining weight? Why can't you turn that around? It's not you, right? You can be eating the healthiest diet. You can be doing all this exercise, and things that you did before to lose weight are not going to work now. It's really frustrating. It's maddening, actually. Totally maddening. And it's because you have a totally different body now. Yay. So essentially when you're going through menopause, your hormone levels decrease a lot so that estrogen decreases. Estrogen is in charge of muscle building. It's in charge of, your metabolism. If you're not having estrogen present in a larger amount, it's going to be really, really tough. Really, really tough to get your body going and get it there. So again, lower estrogen, your muscle building doesn't happen naturally as quickly or as easily. And it's tougher for women to build muscle anyway. Women do not build muscle as quickly and easily as men do. So there's that already. And then when you decrease these hormones, it becomes that much tougher anyway. And your metabolism just slows down as it is. So with just a few of these things, women on average can gain 7 to 10 pounds during menopause. This is not doing anything wrong. Right? Not doing anything wrong. This is on average. This is like everybody. This is you. Okay, I'm eating healthy. I'm working out. I'm doing all these great things. What the heck is happening? Yeah. It's just this shift and change in your body. It's, again, it's maddening. It makes you feel like you're crazy. Hi, Swellen. Yay. The other thing that happens too is that with your body shifting and changing, hi Teresa, everything is different. Your body's processing things different. Another thing to note is that there's a few key, I dropped my marker, and I like this marker. Okay. Few key things to know about menopause here. You're not going to process nutrient the same. Now I say this to, I can't tell you how many women all the time. Honestly, I all the time, where they're like, I'm doing all these healthy things. Great. Eat salads all day long. Super duper. But if your body's not functioning the way that it should, it's not going to be, working out. Patrick Flynn. Hello, doc. So your body's not processing sugars well. It's not going to upload and process and metabolize those sugars the same way. You are in Florida right now. Awesome. He's got a book coming out. Yes. Yes. And I did a podcast with him. So if you guys have not listened to that on my podcast, The Female Health Solution, go find it. Another thing too is that in menopause, along with weight gain for women, one of the things to really think about too is that you need more nutrient to do the same thing that it did before. You need more protein to have the same effect that it did before with your body. That is total truth. You cannot eat the same as you did before when you had a different body because you won't have the same results. It's a different body, right? If you want to get a new result, right, and you're like, I'm going to eat better and exercise, right? You're shifting something. You're changing something, right? That makes sense, right? Okay. And you're like, good, I got a result. This is perfect. Well, now you're like, I am going to, eat healthy again. But if you're following the same old program that you did before, but you have a different body now. Not going to work the same. It's like running a race with somebody. And instead of being at the starting line, you're in the parking lot. You're not going to win. You're not going to win that race. You're just not. You got to get all the way to the starting line. So it's important to understand processing sugars, it has to be different. So you have to have different amounts of sugars and the correct type of sugars and carbs to get in your body, because you still need carb. And you need to have and upload more proteins to even have the same effect that they did before. Just as an example, if you were, say, eating 80 grams of carb or 80 grams of protein a day before, and you were like, this is great, I'm doing awesome with that, you're going to need like 100 grams of protein now after going through menopause to get the same result. Again, that's just an example. I recommend getting the right type of an amount of protein for you and your body, which is something I go over with women. So again, I'll put that link below. If you want to chat, if you have questions and you're like, oh my goodness, what do I do? I will go over this with you in detail to make sure you are getting the right nutrition in your body, because that's what makes all the difference. It's in the details. How do you know if you're in premenopause? You do have weight gain, but no hot flashes. Okay, great question. That is something we will chat about, Swellen. And again, some women get wicked hot flashes and some women don't, essentially. So something to kind of keep tabs on for you. Protein is your new BFF. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Protein is everybody's new BFF. So, yes. So essentially having a different body, going through menopause, shifts these things. Estrogen builds muscle really well, increases your metabolism. Without that estrogen, you don't get to do this. You can cross that out, and then you can cross that out. There you go. So long. Sad, right? Now you're going to be having a harder time. And then you're processing sugars differently. No wonder why it's super easy to just have that 7 to 10 pounds just creep up on you. Again, this is you. I'm eating healthy. I'm not overindulging, or I'm not having extra sweets, all that stuff. Absolutely, you're not. It will just change, and you will add that weight because this changes. Yay. So again, I do have a segment in my book on this, The Female Fat Solution, which is on Amazon. I have done podcasts on this with the Female Health Solution, and I do work with women. I have an entire program, a 12-week program with whole food nutrition, meal plans, grocery lists, and then I work one-on-one with you to make sure you're having a good time implementing and then seeing and feeling the changes in your body. It does not happen overnight. It just does. It would be great if it did, right? Whoever could figure out how to make that happen overnight, it's amazing. But again, these things don't happen to you overnight, so to work with that. And I don't want to say you're not going to go back, right? But you have to get used to working with the new body that you're in. So that's the biggest key. Don't fight it. Don't try and pretend like it's not there. And don't blame yourself, right? Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. Your body shifts and changes. So just change what you're doing to keep up with it. That's the biggest thing. All right, so I'll put a link below. If you have questions, you want to chat, please schedule. I love chatting with women and just helping with some of these simple things to get you a better result. And if you have any other questions or, want to chat about something, you can also just leave a comment. If you're watching this recorded, you can leave a comment below. Be more than happy to kind of go over that. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Have a great night.